Hello and welcome to today's Intro to Theta Healing, Create Your Own Reality Masterclass. Today is a little mini masterclass about Theta Healing. It's if you're curious about Theta Healing or Theta Healing is coming into your reality and you're wanting to know more, then this is just basically an introduction class to teach you that. So, a little bit about me. My name is Carly Coleman. I was previously Carly Hicks. Only in the last few months have I been changing my name. So you might know me through Carly Hicks, but I'm actually now Carly Coleman. And I am a Theta Healing Practitioner and Instructor of Theta Healing. So, as I said, I'm a practitioner and instructor of the Theta Healing modality. I'm also trained as a neuro-linguistic kinesiologist, a Western shamanic healer, and also a Lomi Lomi massage therapist. But predominantly, I specialize in Theta Healing, and I run a business called Awaken with Theta Healing. Now, the purpose of this is to help find and change those really deep rooted belief systems which are held in the subconscious mind that are keeping them in a constant state of self loathing and sabotaging their happiness so that they can move back to self love and creating their life with joy without suffering, sacrifice, and separation of self. And I do this through Theta Healing one-on-one sessions with my clients in person and worldwide. I also do this through the Theta Healing classes. I teach Theta Healing, and I also have spiritual rediscovery programs. And I also work with a lot of Theta Healing practitioners who are wanting to grow their own Theta Healing business and working through the beliefs that may be keeping them stuck or separated from having that. So, a little bit about how Theta Healing has helped me. So, Theta Healing has phenomenally changed my life in all areas of my life. I wouldn't be where I am today without this modality. And I know that it came in at a time when I was ready to change. I was ready to stop living in trauma and I was ready to reclaim my happiness in all areas of my life. So, Theta Healing has allowed me to heal very deep postpartum PTSD that I experienced after birthing my daughter in COVID in 2020. And it's not only allowed me to heal that and the beliefs around that, I've also been able to break free and change the beliefs that have come down ancestral down the line through my mother and my father's side around motherhood. So, like, what I mean by that is I'm living and embodying what motherhood feels like for me without learning it through my ancestors and without guilt. This is a big one for mothers as well, is to be able to focus on yourself and be in the happiness of you and knowing that your children can have that too. So I've also been able to heal hormonal imbalances in my body, immune system dysregulation, mold toxicity and mast cell activation and endometriosis. So I was a child that came in with a very dysregulated immune system. I also had a lot of hormonal issues and a lot of reproductive issues that I've been able to change on a cellular level and actually really love my body and being a woman and really being in health and vitality in my body. This is a big one that I help with women. I've also learnt through Theta Healing to heal emotional, physical, and psychological abuse that I experienced in my childhood that had kept me in a very deep trauma looping and self-loathing cycle for many, many years. Theta Healing profoundly changed my life because I was able to heal some very deep belief systems around violation and I wouldn't be here today without Theta Healing and being very deeply present in my body. It's one of the biggest blessings that I have with Theta Healing is to really heal some very deep violation and abuse and to no longer let the past create my reality. That's been a really big one. I've also been able to change belief systems around relationships and my marriage, and to have a really deep, intimate, and loving relationship with my husband. When Theta Healing came into my world, I started to see that a lot of my relationships were based on my parents' beliefs, ancestrally, and past life related. And there was a lot of like chaos and conflict and thriving on that. And when Theta Healing came in, I was able to change belief systems around that so that I've been able to maintain and sustain a loving, healthy relationship, a deeply committed relationship with my husband. And I'm now happy to say, like, my husband even has Theta Healing sessions now. So we are a family where we really embody Theta Healing, and it's changed our life. It's also allowed me to expand my psychic abilities, and to really master my psychic senses, to live in the embodiment of my spirituality and the deep connection to self. And through changing beliefs that had really kept me in spiritual shutdown for many years. And a lot of this is actually past life related as well. So changing beliefs around past lives, once again, ancestrally and from childhood, I've been able to really live in the knowing of all that I am, and to live in my psychic senses. So to be able to see clearly, to know clearly, to feel clearly, and to be happy in that and to enjoy that. Um, Also, to be really transparent, to be my spiritual self with my husband. That's been a big journey that I've been on through Theta Healing, is to just be totally myself, and to allow my husband to be totally himself, because our spirituality and our connection is very similar but very different. And he meditates through fishing and he meditates through gardening, and whereas for me it's a lot to do with um, meditation through visualization. And so we are very similar but very different, and Theta Healing has allowed us to be uniquely ourselves. So how Theta Healing found me, because I truly believe that when you are ready, Theta Healing will come to you in a time when you're ready to reclaim, um, and remember the mastery and the medicine and the wisdom of Theta Healing. It's something that your cells just know. So it was 2022, and I was working part-time as a kinesiologist in a healing space in Tweed Heads, Australia. Now, I'd been working there throughout COVID. I was still in that state of recovery from my postpartum phase. So I was trying to heal myself. I was also working with clients. And I remember, like, every day going into this healing space that I was renting out to work with clients. And then one day I remember seeing a book on the shelf, and it was like this light that was shining on this book. And it was just like popped out at me. And the book was Theta Healing Diseases and Disorders. And I just picked it up. And when I opened it, it was like every part of my cells remembered this. It's like I just knew it. And I could not put the book down. I read it in 3 days. I didn't even really know what I was reading, but it was like my cells remembered. And I knew from that moment, I was like, I have to do this. I have to learn about this technique. I have to have a session, like, show me. And I remember going onto the Theta website and just trying to find a practitioner, and I couldn't find anyone in my area, and I had to kind of just like let it go, knowing that the universe would bring it to me in the right timing. And then I was talking to a friend a few days later, and she said, I'm going to go learn Theta Healing. And I was like, where are you learning this? And she said, I'm learning it from this teacher in this space. And it was actually the lady that I was renting the room from. She was teaching the basic class, and I remember going into the basic class and within a month later, I knew my world was going to change after this class, because there was a part of me that was ready to live beyond this trauma that I just felt like I was looping always in, um, and really to just live beyond it and just love my life without trying to fix it or change it, just to be happy. And I went into the basic class, and my whole world changed. And a month later, I did the advanced class. A month later, I did Dig Deeper, the 3rd class. A month later, I did You and the Creator, the 4th class. And then I just kept going. And I was became an instructor, and that's been my journey ever since, because it's like I'm just remembering all of this. And that's how Theta Healing will find you. So what is Theta Healing? So Theta Healing is a meditative technique and process where through a theta brainwave state, we can actually access the subconscious mind to find and change belief systems that can create a change on a physical, emotional, mental, and psychological level to create a cellular change in the body and in your outer reality. So, through this meditation process, we access the theta brainwave state. And in this state, we can find the beliefs that are limiting your life or creating negative processes and negative experiences. And in an instant, we can change those beliefs in the subconscious, through the energy of all that is, and we can change anything and manifest anything instantly in our reality simply by changing these beliefs. So that's a little short version of what Theta Healing is. So how Theta Healing can help support change in all areas of your life. So Theta Healing can help find, uncover, and change belief systems around illness and disease. So of why you keep looping in this constant state of sickness. Like every few months, oh, I get sick, I go down. And then it's like this loop, right? But there's something positive that you're getting from that. So in a theta session, we actually find what is the belief that's keeping you in that. And we teach you how to have that same experience without the illness. I've seen many of my clients, myself included, heal, change, and transform through illness, to live without illness. It's incredible, the cellular changes that happen in the body from a simple theta healing session. So theta healing can also help you to manifest in a soulmate relationship, to change belief systems that may be keeping you in dysfunctional relationships, and support you to enhance your self-worth so that you can create harmonious relationships. Like, how many of you have been in states of the past, or you know people where they just keep repeating the same loop of dysfunction or instability in relationships, or chaos or conflict? It's because their cells and their beliefs just keep recreating it because it is all that they know. So through theta healing, we have the ability to change those beliefs and change lives and change relationships. It can also support you through a theta healing session to create a wealth mindset by changing beliefs that are ancestrally in our DNA that may be keeping you in a state of lack or repelling money. So a lot of beliefs that we have around money can actually come through past lives and ancestrally down the line, also from our parents. But the beliefs that we have can actually be repelling money. It can actually keep us in a constant state of survival. And through a simple theta healing session, we can actually find where the bottom belief is and change it so that you can start to have an abundant, wealthy relationship with not only just money, but also your body, physical relationships, all the areas of your life. We can also, in a theta healing session, to find the highest truth of what your soul purpose is in this life and align you to it. And that's a lot of the times what people are looking for is, what is my direction in this life? What am I here to do? Who am I here to be? Theta healing can actually teach you or show you through a theta healing session of like what your purpose is, and align you to it. A theta healing session can also enhance your psychic abilities. So you can also open up your psychic senses, change beliefs that may be keeping you shut off from your psychic senses. And through a theta brainwave state, we can also teach you how to manifest your desires instantly into your reality. It's pretty cool. You are able to also heal trauma at a cellular level and change belief systems that may be keeping you looping in the past and the trauma of the past. This is a big thing I specialize in with my clients, how to live beyond trauma, because they are just belief systems and experiences that you have gone through, or maybe your ancestors have, or past lives, and you are recreating it. Change the belief, we change your life. We also have the ability in a theta healing session to heal dysfunctional families and forgive family members who may have hurt you in the past by changing beliefs around resentment, rejection, and regret. And these can be some of the biggest beliefs that we have is resentment, rejection, and regret. They will not only create blockages in your body, they will create blockages in your life, and it will be the inability to receive anything because you are holding on to negative experiences. We also have the ability in a theta healing session to create loving relationships with your body, to change belief systems that may be keeping you looking at your body of like it's a curse or it's wrong or it's bad, or any shame, blame, or guilt in your physical body. And we actually have the ability to change the beliefs that you may be learning about your body through your parents, through your ancestors, and teach you how to have an abundant relationship back through self-love, worthiness, and the acceptance of self. It's amazing what we can do in theta healing sessions and changes in all areas of your lives. So why is theta healing different than any other modality? So you're probably, sitting here going, there are so many modalities at the moment. There are so many. We're in a really pivotal time in life where we have options. It's just really cool. We have so many options to nurture our bodies and nurture our minds and nurture our energy. And we really have to find like what works for us. But why is theta healing different than any other modalities out there? Because theta healing gets to the core and the root, right? And changes it instantly so you can have a cellular change. Because it finds the belief that is keeping you limited in your life or in a negative cycle, and it changes it at a cellular level in an instant. It teaches your cells and your subconscious mind to create a new neural pathway without sickness, trauma, illness, disease, lack, poverty, depression, and anxiety, so that you can actually live and create a whole new world and life and reality through joy, happiness, and the contentment of life. And theta healing found me at a time where I was, for many, many years, seeing therapists, counselors, psychologists to try and move beyond my trauma and to move beyond having active trauma, just triggering my nervous system and my subconscious. And I was ready at a time to actually go, well, how do I get over the other side? I can understand that I'm talking it out. I have these tools and I'm moving, but why do I get to a point where I just keep recirculating, come back to this point? And that's when theta healing came in, because it's a belief. And in the theta healing basic DNA class, one of the first beliefs that I changed was I am traumatized. Now, if your subconscious has a belief that I am traumatized, you will forever be re-traumatizing yourself. So that was one of the first beliefs I changed, and that is where everything changed for me. So that's the difference with theta healing, is it is a cellular change. And the thing is, as well, is you are not the one facilitating the healings. I want to make that very clear, is when you have a session with a theta healing practitioner, or if you become a theta healing practitioner, you are going up into a theta brainwave state. You are connecting to creator and the energy of all that is. It's source energy you're connecting to. And you are asking the energy, source energy, to facilitate the healing, and you are witnessing. So theta healing is not a modality that's going to drain you or deplete you. If anything, it's going to expand your vitality. That's what I love about theta healing. Every time I do a theta healing session or a class, I am full of energy. So what happens in a theta healing session? So in a theta healing session, it's very similar like talk therapy or going to see, say, a counselor or a therapist, in that we begin the session by simply talking to you and asking a process of questions, which Viana calls, now Viana is the creator of Theta Healing. She's the one that's created this modality, and she calls it a digging process. So essentially, we start to talk through some questions of, like, what is coming up in your life? Where do you feel stuck right now? Or where are you feeling blocked? Or what's your biggest fear? And what happens is the more we ask a series of questions, which is called digging, the subconscious will start to talk the beliefs out. And then from there, we go up into the theta brainwave state, and we ask the energy of all that is, which is creator, to change the beliefs that are starting to come up. They will change cellularly and instantaneously. And this is what happens, is the person will then have a cellular change, and things will start to shift instantaneously. In a session as a practitioner, we also have the ability to scan the person's body that you may be working with or having a session with, to find and uncover any imbalances in the body that is creating illness or disease or disruption or dysfunction. And we have the ability to instantaneously heal that and download new feelings into the client that they may have never experienced before. It's really cool. We also have the ability to do future readings and preparing the client to receive what they want to manifest by changing beliefs that may be preventing them from receiving it. So the best way I can explain it is, like, it's like having a session with your psychologist or your therapist and a psychic in one. You not only get a reading and a healing and you talk your beliefs out, but you actually have a cellular change. It's so cool. So what you learn in a basic DNA theta healing course. So the basic DNA is the very first course that qualifies you as a practitioner of theta healing. Now, you have some people that want to become practitioners of theta healing. They want to work with other people. And there's other people that come into the basic DNA class because they want to go on a spiritual rediscovery journey of knowing who they are. And it does not matter how you come into the class. If you're doing it for yourself or you're wanting to work with clients, all is welcome. So what's taught in the basic DNA class? So in the first class, the basic DNA, you're going to learn how to connect to the creator of all that is through the theta healing meditation process. And you're going to learn how to access the 7 planes of existence. You're going to learn the technique on how to find belief systems on the 4 levels and change belief systems on all 4 levels instantly. So we're going to go into that in a second. You're going to learn how to open up your cells to new feelings and change negative feelings that may be impacting your life or subconsciously running in the background. You're going to learn how to manifest through the theta healing technique to accelerate your ability to manifest at a faster rate. You're going to learn how to enhance your psychic abilities. You're going to open up your psychic senses in a gentle, nourishing way. Not that it's going to overwhelm you. You're going to learn how to call in a soulmate, or if you already have a compatible partner, how to deepen that relationship. You're going to also learn, you're going to learn the soulmate techniques. So if you want to call in a soulmate relationship, if you want to deepen the relationship you're in, you want to deepen the relationship to self, or even if you want to call in soul friends and families, this technique can do all of that. You're going to learn how to do a reading and a healing through the theta healing technique. So you're going to learn how to scan the body, look inside the body, and it's really, really cool and fun. You're also going to learn how to do a future reading and connect to your guardian angels. The basic DNA class is a place where your inner child gets to play, open up to the magic of your psychic senses and the universe. So we're just going to talk a little bit quickly about a few of the techniques. Now, the basic technique really teaches you about belief systems, where they sit, where they come from, how to change them. Now, our thoughts and our feelings create our reality. So you are unconsciously or consciously creating your life through your feelings and your belief systems. And they are creating everything in your inner and outer world. Now, it's really important to know where our beliefs come from and are they even our own beliefs? Because are you creating your life through your ancestors? Are you creating your life through past life experiences, for your parents? And it really takes you into the driver's seat back of your life to create your life for you. So, through Theta Healing, we work with the 4 levels to identify where these beliefs are and to instantaneously change these beliefs that you may have in your subconscious that is creating limitations in your life. So, the first level that we work with is the core level. And the core level is where the beliefs come from what we have been taught or accepted in this life. These may be your mother's beliefs, your father's beliefs, the people around you that cared for you, anyone that looked after you as a child. Now, you might be, just hypothetically, a belief can come through in this way of like, you might be a child that your caregiver, your parents always noticed more what you did wrong than what you did right. And you might have had a parent that always said, no, this is wrong, or this is wrong, or this is wrong, or this is bad, or you're not doing this right. What's going to happen is there's a belief already that's created that I am wrong. And that's going to then go and create all experiences in your outer world where you are experiencing everything, doing everything wrong. So this can be the core level, and this can be where we have these beliefs from our parents or the people that looked after us in our childhood. Then we have the genetic level, and the genetic level is the second level, and these can be carried down from our ancestors in our DNA and our genes. Now, these belief systems can actually go back up to 7 generations. So you may have, hypothetically again, had 2 generations down your line where you might have had your grandmother or great grandmother or great great grandmother who was in a relationship and she unexpectedly had a child, didn't felt trapped, felt obligated to be in that relationship. It creates a belief system of I am trapped, and then it generationally goes down the line till it comes to you. And you may have this belief in your genetic line, and you may not even know it, and it's creating limitations in your life or in your relationships or with money or in your body. So when we look for beliefs and we change these beliefs, we can actually change it 7 generations back and 7 generations forward so that your future generations no longer have these beliefs, which is so cool. We then have the history beliefs. Now, history beliefs is the third level, and this is when beliefs come from past lives in our deep genetic memory, and it can also be belief systems from group consciousness. Now, group consciousness is a thought process or a belief that goes through the entirety of humanity, and we only have to look to COVID to actually see that that was a group consciousness belief. One thought happened, went through the entirety of humanity. We have a lot of beliefs that sit in the history level around money, religion, and illness that can keep us limited and recreating a lot of negative experiences in life. So, a hypothetical may be, from a past life, illness may have been how you evolved or came to creator. You evolve through illness. So what happens is that every time that you go through a growth or a change, what happens is you get sick. And how many people do you know that at the present moment are going through big changes in their lives and they're getting sick and they're experiencing illness, and then all of a sudden they have this big quantum jump through their soul and through growth and a higher version of themselves, but it came through sickness. So that can be a belief system that comes through on the history level, either from past lives or from group consciousness. And then we have belief systems, which is the fourth level, on a soul level. Now, this can be how your soul is growing and evolving from the entirety of all that it is. It is all your soul has ever known. And a lot of these beliefs can actually be of I am unlovable, I am unworthy, suffering is all I know, service is all I know. It is those I am statements, I am, because at the soul level, that is all your soul knows. When we change these beliefs at a soul level, we are actually teaching your soul a whole new way how to grow and evolve and move forward. A lot of the clients that I actually see, we do a lot of soul level belief work because their soul may have only ever known suffering or sorrow or sadness, and the soul doesn't actually know how to move beyond it. So when we change a belief at a soul level, we are changing all that they are. So cool. That's why I love theta healing. So the next technique that you would learn in the basic DNA class is downloading feelings. Now, I'm going to use myself as a prime example. I was a child that was always in anxiety, severe separation anxiety, trauma, panic, depression. I was in such fear, deep fear. Now, the way that the downloading feelings technique works is you can change lives with this very quickly, because a person may have only ever have known a negative feeling and they do not know how to open up to new feelings because they've never experienced them. So you may have a person that, you know, is a mother, and she's in fear and anger and sadness and sorrow, and that's all she's ever known. And then she falls pregnant and then starts to grow this baby in her womb. And what happens is those are the only feelings that she's ever experienced. So what happens is the cells and receptors to that baby automatically go and start looking for negative feelings. They're going to already know those negative feelings. And then the belief systems start to come in from the mother's experiences, can also be past lives and ancestrally. So what happens is that baby's already hardwired for negativity, for sadness, for sorrow, for suffering. It's already hardwired. So that actually feels more comfortable for the child. And then the child goes into life, and every time it starts to grow and evolve, it's going to look through negative experiences because that's its comfort. Now, when you do the theta healing technique, downloading feelings, what you're doing is you are opening up that person or yourself. If you're learning this technique for yourself, you're going to open up your cells and receptors to download new feelings into your cells and your DNA. And what's going to happen is you're going to have a cellular change, and your receptors, your neural pathways in your brain and your receptors in your body are going to go and actively look for those feelings. And this is where we can open up people to have changes, because we're teaching them whole new ways of feeling. And when I came into the basic DNA class, I remember doing this one technique, and I was like sitting there going, so you're saying I just download a feeling and that my cells are going to know that? And I remember walking out of the class, and I downloaded like certain feelings, like of peace and contentment and joy and happiness. And I remember walking out of that class and my cells were happy. And I was sitting there just going, have I never known what happiness has felt like until this class? And then from there, I like started to do a lot of like downloading feelings every day and belief work. And before I knew it, my entire world was so embodied and creating on the daily happiness. And I was like, all from this one technique. You can change lives with this. It's so incredible. So then we also have in the basic DNA class, you're going to learn the manifesting technique. So you're going to learn actually how to accelerate your manifestations to receive what you want faster. Now you've learned where beliefs sit, and you've learned downloading feelings. Now your feelings and your beliefs create your outer reality. So like I said, we are always unconsciously or consciously co-creating our world. Now, when we actually bring visualization and focus in of what we want, we can actually increase our manifestations by 50%. Like, how many of you have actually gone, do you know what? I really want a nice new pair of shoes. You've got the desire there, you've got the feeling, it feels good, right? And then you start to visualize and focus on those shoes and receiving them. You've already increased your manifestations to 50%, right? But in the theta healing technique, the manifesting technique, we teach you how to go up into a theta brainwave state and manifest and ask for what you want, and you hand it over to creator and the universal energies. And in that state, when you focus and visualize on it, you're going to increase your manifestations by 90%. And this is where it gets faster. You're going to put together the downloading feelings, the belief systems, the manifestation technique, and you're going to start to then go, I can create anything in my world. And this is where things start to get like quicker, faster. You start to see that you are the co-creator of your life and anything is possible. It is a really cool technique, because then you start to see that every day I'm going to manifest. Now I'm going to co-create my life, and where do I want my life to be? What do I want it to look like? And then you start to see that when you hand it over and you get out of your own way and you learn this technique, everything gets brought to you. So you're also going to learn another technique called the soulmate technique. Now you're going to learn how to manifest in a compatible partner, or if you already have a compatible partner, you can actually manifest on ways to deepen your relationship with this technique. You can also manifest a higher version of yourself, or even soul friends. So, in the basic DNA class, we actually teach you a manifesting technique on how to call a compatible partner in, or soul friends, or a more empowered version of yourself. And through this technique and the manifesting technique, you're going to start to see how people that come into your life are going to evolve and shift and change. So if you were sitting here and you're like, I really want to call in a manifest, like I want to manifest a partner, but it's not happening, or I want, higher quality friends that really value me, or I want to increase my self-esteem, this technique can actually accelerate that coming into your life. So it's really, in the basic DNA class, it's a really fun class where we get to play. It's fun. I love teaching it. I love doing it. It's such a fun class. To me, when I first did it, it brought magic back into my world. So I'm just going to basically wrap up with the 4 fundamental theta healing classes. So if you've come into theta healing and you're wanting to learn the technique, Viana has many theta healing classes, and they're growing. They're always growing because we're always evolving. But the 4 fundamental classes really take you on a journey to really understand and embody theta healing. So the basic DNA class is the first class of theta healing in the fundamental classes. So it's going to teach you over the 3 days how to become a practitioner of theta healing. So you're going to learn the theta healing technique, the manifestation technique. You're learning of how to find your belief systems, how to change them, downloading feelings, manifesting, because it's preparing you to actually have the understanding of what theta healing is, whether you use it for yourself or whether you want to go on to future classes and really embody this technique. The basic class will teach you that. The second class is the advanced DNA class, and in this class really expands on the basic class. So it's going to further enhance your abilities and your confidence as a theta healing practitioner. You're also going to learn so many more techniques in this class of how to connect to your higher self and do healings in your higher self, or why your higher self may actually be blocking your manifestations. You're going to learn how to do healings from a baby in the womb. So you're going to learn how to connect to people or yourself from the moment you were conceived and actually do healings in the womb. a lot of people have beliefs and woundings from conception. So this is a really powerful technique. You're also going to learn how to do free-floating memories, which is all about clearing trauma from the subconscious mind, and so that it's no longer there or impacting your life. It's a really, like, you're also going to learn how to connect to your ancestors and do healings and readings by connecting to loved ones in spirit. And you're also going to learn how to clear hundreds of oaths, vows, and commitments in this class. So a lot of the times we are in relationships in this life because we may have a past life obligation to someone or a commitment. And in the advanced class, we can actually clear hundreds of oaths, vows, and commitments that may be keeping us limited in this life in relation to money, to relationships, to health and illness. The third class is the Dig Deeper class, and this is over 2 days where you really learn how to dig for beliefs. You learn how to get more confident in your digging process so that your sessions for yourself or for clients can get faster and you feel much more confident as a theta healing practitioner and in the digging process. And then you have the fourth class, which is you and the creator. And this is where you really learn how to connect to the creator of all that is so that you know you're hearing the highest truth. And you learn how to distinguish what is your subconscious mind and what is creator's highest truth. Now, these are the 4 fundamental classes, which will then take you on to all the other theta healing classes that Biana has. And she has many classes to further enhance your skills and moving more into a higher consciousness. She has love of self, which is all around your psychic senses, and loving yourself. She has manifesting in abundance to teach you how to manifest and accelerate your manifesting. There's the soulmate class, which deepens on the soulmates and calling in a soulmate. And there's so many cool classes, but a lot of them actually ask for the fundamentals so that you really know what theta healing is, you know how to embody this technique, and you really know how to expand to know that anything is possible. So if all you do is basic DNA and that is enough for you, that, and you want to just learn this technique, but if you really want to go and live in the magic and the mastery of co-creating your life, I would highly suggest, going into the future classes, because the biggest thing that theta healing has done for me has allowed my inner child to play. I play through theta healing, and every class that I do is like I'm in the playground of playing with all these kids, and we're playing in the magic of the universe. That is how I explain theta healing. You learn how to open up your psychic senses, and you learn how to connect to ancestors, and not from a scary way, but from an embodied, fun, magical way. And these classes are truly magical. So just as we wrap up this class today, I just want to talk about how maybe I can further support you if you're curious about theta healing, or you're wanting to go on your own spiritual rediscovery journey or self-love journey and clearing your own beliefs. So if the basic DNA class has sparked your curiosity, I'm going to be teaching the basic DNA online course from the 14th to 16th of October. So you can join us online, and this is going to be open worldwide. It's done through Zoom. And you're going to not only learn about the basic class, but you have the ability to become a practitioner. You will be qualified at the end of this class if you choose to go on and work with other people, or even if you just want to do it through your own self-development journey. So that's the next basic class I'll be teaching. And then I also work with one-on-one clients worldwide through theta healing sessions. So if anything we've spoken about today sparks your curiosity, or you're like ready to work through the own limiting beliefs that you're done with sabotaging your own happiness, then I highly suggest you reach out for a theta healing session and witness how quick we can clear belief systems that are keeping you separated off from self-love and come back to living in the embodiment of it. I work with women all over the world, and it's something that I really am passionate about, is teaching women how to live in the mastery of their body, of what makes them a woman, of self-love, compassion for self, and really living the highest version of their life. I also work with theta healing practitioners through mentorships and programs on those theta healing practitioners that are ready to create or work with clients and they're wanting to create an abundant business doing that. I've been working in my own spiritual led business for over 4 years now, and I've really embodied it, and I really understand what it takes to run a business. And I work with a lot of theta healing practitioners that are ready to clear those belief systems that are keeping them separated off from living in the freedom, the fun, and the happiness of building a business that makes them happy. And the thing is we spend majority of our life in business and work. So why not do something that you love and make a difference and be paid abundantly doing what lights you up? So they're just a few of the ways that after this masterclass, you may want to further develop your, curiosity for theta healing. It's just a few ways that you can reach out if you want to potentially work with me and work on really stepping in to the magic of all that you are and having stability and happiness in all areas of your life. So this just concludes our little mini masterclass today. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for not only just taking the time to learn about theta healing, but to really just allow me into your world and I just think it's, we are in an online world at the moment, and I really value the people that come into my business and into my world and that theta and that creator brings into my life. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for spending this time today and being here in this masterclass. So if you are wanting to stay connected, you can find me over on Instagram at the Awaken Hearts and Awaken with Theta Healing. So the Awaken Hearts is just more of a personal Instagram page that I have, and the Awaken with Theta Healing is really more targeted to talking all things theta healing and supporting theta healing practitioners and people that are wanting to further develop their skills with theta healing. I also have my email there if you want to reach out about any classes or sessions. My website is there as well, and I also have a YouTube channel which I'll be putting a lot more master classes about theta healing and how you can work with theta healing, and even having sessions through theta healing. So I have so much more in store for people that are ready to connect back to co-creating their lives through happiness and joy and living in the mastery of all that they are. So I just want to say thank you so much for this being on this call today, and really opening up to your curiosities of theta healing. And if you want to know more about the basic DNA class, you can simply head to my website, Awaken with Theta Healing. It should be on there, the dates, and also you can also book in for a session through the Theta Healing website, or head to Instagram. But I just want to say thank you so much for your time today, and I'm so excited to see where Theta Healing takes you.